Hi everybody, and today we're going to be making a Christmas stocking. A few people saw this on my page. I made this last Christmas, so here goes the tutorial. So the first thing that I did was I took a cardstock, put it in my printer, looked for a template, and printed the stocking out. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is that I got this plastic, it's a wall tile from the Dollar Tree. It's really flexible. It's plastic, and I'm going to be taking my stocking and I'm going to be tracing it on the back of this wall tile. You don't want to peel the back off, it's sticky, so just go ahead and trace the stocking right on there. I'm going to go ahead and take a pencil and I'm just going to go ahead and trace the whole thing onto the back of this plastic wall tile. Okay, that's done. Once that's done, I am going to, you see right there, okay, it's traced. I'm going to go ahead and cut that out. Like I said, flexible, easy to cut. You won't have a hard time with this. Okay, there goes my stocking. So the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to take a piece of cardboard and I'm going to go ahead and trace my stocking on the back of the cardboard because it needs to be sturdier. So I just grab a piece of cardboard I have laying around. I take the yucky side and I go ahead and I start to trace. I find the right spot and I start to trace my stocking once I am happy where I have it on there. So you just want to make sure that it fits. And there goes my stocking. I cut it out. I put it on the back just to show you that's what it's going to be looking like. And because I used the yucky side, the back will be nice. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and hot glue my stocking to that cardboard cutout. I use Titebond and hot glue. I like Titebond for pretty much anything that I have to attach. It's just, I like the way it works. My things don't come apart. After I do that, I just hit the middle with some hot glue, just so that the hot glue keeps it in place while the Titebond is drying. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take Waverly in the color Ivory chalk paint, and I'm going to go ahead and give 2 coats of this chalk paint to the whole entire stocking. See the back of it? It's nice. Okay, that's once that's all painted and dry, thoroughly dry, I'm going to take a little bit of this acrylic gold paint and I'm going to go ahead and dry brush the raised parts of my stocking. It just gives, it gives it a little bit of a pop. I make sure I dry brush it and go ahead and apply that to the raised parts of the stocking, to the decorative raised parts. Just making sure that I hit all the raised spots. I'll give it a nice pop of gold, especially for the holidays. It'll look really nice. Okay, now that that's done, there it goes. That's what it looks like. I am going to now go ahead and I'm going to start, I'm going to give this a quick dry just to make sure it's dry. It dries really quickly. I mean, I just dry brushed it on there, so it's just a quick little dry just to make sure. Okay, The next thing that I'm going to be working on is I'm going to be attaching my lace. And this lace, these laces I got from Temu. I want to put the lace so that the scalloped part raises above the stocking. So I'm going to be doing that, and I go around my stocking twice. And what I do is that I take my lace, I make sure it looks good, and then I'm going to turn my stocking over. Once I'm happy that it's placed right, and I'm just going to attach it to the back of the stocking with a little bit of glue so that I can go ahead and wrap the rest of it around my stocking. Once I'm happy, I hit it with another little dab of hot glue in the back, and then I just wrap it around one more time. And that's what it's looking like. Once I'm happy, I put a little dab of glue there in the front just to keep it in place in the front. And then I go ahead and attach it. I cut it and I attach it to the back with another little dab of hot glue. So far, that's what it's looking like. I'm now going to go ahead and I'm going to use another ribbon, and I'm just trying to decide which ribbon to use. So I'm going to try a few. Like I said, I got all of these at Temu. Temu has beautiful ribbon, by the way. I pretty much started getting all my ribbon now from them. So I'm trying to decide which one to use. I think I'm going to... And you can use any ribbon you want on this. It's just, your whatever you have on hand or whatever you like. Or I'm showing you that I'm going to start at the lip of the stocking there at the bottom, and I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping my ribbon around. And I believe I go around this twice also. Same exact thing. I wrap it around. I decide to use this ribbon. I wrap it around. Once I'm happy the way it looks, I can't make up my mind there, but I am going to be attaching like a couple of layers of different ribbon to the top of this stocking, just to make it, look. It's got layers to it. I want it to look like it's got layers of different ribbon. So once I'm happy, I'm going to go ahead and start attaching this one ribbon. I go ahead and wrap it around. Again, I go around twice. And once I'm happy, I go ahead and I cut my ribbon and I attach it to the back of the stocking with a little dab of glue. And that's what that layer looks like. I now take a second layer of ribbon, a third layer of ribbon, and I attach that to that part of the stocking as well. It just adds dimension to my stocking. I actually fold this one in half and just attach it with glue at the edges just so it stays. And now I go ahead and and place it on there. And if I'm happy the way it looks, I will go ahead and start attaching it to the stocking itself. As you can see, I'm happy, so I go ahead and I fold it over. And now I am ready to attach it. That's what it's going to look like. And that's what it looks like so far. That's the top of my stocking. Now I'm going to be working on the print, and I'm going to be giving up the print a border of this Yute ribbon. It's also from the Dollar Tree, by the way. You can find it at the Dollar Tree. This is the print that I found on Pinterest, and this is from last year. I still had this one from last year. So what I did was I went ahead and copied it on photo paper, and it was a 4x6 photo paper that I copied it on. And I used matte photo paper for this. So I'm going to go ahead and start attaching my Yute ribbon to the picture. Actually, I'm just making sure that I like the way it's going to look. Just cut off that little piece. And now I'm going to go ahead, and once that I am happy with the way the picture is going to look on there, I go ahead and attach the photo to my stocking. I use hot glue for that, by the way. I'm sorry. I pat it down to make sure. And there's the photo. So now I can go ahead and start putting that jute ribbon around the frame of my photo. Okay, there it goes. That's what it's looking like. And now I'm going to go ahead and you know how stockings have a heel and a toe part. So I'm going to go ahead and take some of my ribbon, and I am looking to see which ribbon I want to use for this, but I believe I end up using this one. And I believe I doubled this ribbon as well, by the way. I'm just making sure that I'm happy with the ribbon that I'm going to use. I'm trying different ribbons, but I do end up using that first ribbon that I took out of the package. This one is just too transparent, so there I go. No, I decided to use that one. So decisions. I go ahead and double this. I go ahead and I attach it to the front of the stocking. And then I turn my stocking over And what I do is that I want to fold it. I want to fold the, the rounded corner. I want to fold it over in the back. I just stretch it a little bit so that it's folded over that rounded part of the stocking. And then I go ahead and attach the rest of it to the back. And guys, by the way, what I do afterwards is that I take my cardstock that I used as a template, and I have red felt, and I go ahead and trace my template onto the red felt so that I can go ahead and attach the felt to the back of the stocking, just to give it a finished look in the back. Before I do attach that felt piece to the back though, I do take some, it's like a beige satin ribbon, and I put it at the top as a hanger. There, I'm just showing you the template that I'm going to use on the felt. I now go ahead and do the same thing to the toes, part of the stocking. Same thing, I go ahead and I double the ribbon. And I again take the glue gun and just make sure that the two sides are attached. And I go ahead and start attaching that part to the front of to the toe part of the stocking. Once the front is attached, I turn my stocking over, and the same thing, I just want to fold it over. I'm showing you right there because I want I want that to be smooth in the front. I'll just be like cutting and folding over. Don't worry about it because you will be covering the back of the stocking up, so no one will see your gluing and your cutting, messy part of the craft. That's our stocking so far. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take twine ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to go ahead and make a simple bow. Nothing fancy about this, just a simple little bow. Once I'm happy with the size of the bow, I go ahead and just cut off and leave the two little parts hanging. Next, I'm going to take this. I bought this years ago, and it was either the Christmas store or a Hobby Lobby. I bought a whole bunch of them, and I've been using them ever since. So I'm going to take a couple of little sprigs from this, and it looks like it's something that you put around like a pillar candle. But like I said, I bought a few of them, so I still have some left. But you can use whatever greenery you want. I like this one because it had the little red Christmas balls on it with the glitter. And I wanted to give my Christmas stocking at the top a little bit of a pop of color. So just make sure they're going to go right in the middle. And I just start attaching them with my glue gun. I'm just adding a little dab of extra glue on there just to make sure that they stay in place. And I'll be attaching 3 of those little sprigs to each side. Guys, I'm wearing a sweater in July. Why? Because my AC is really strong, and then I have a ceiling fan right above me, and sometimes I do get cold just, when I'm sitting at my workstation crafting, and so this has become my crafting sweater. And that's just me waiting for the glue to go ahead and start drying, the hot glue. So I go ahead and attach the other side. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take my little twine that I made a bow with. I'm going to be hot gluing it to the middle of those sprigs. And then what I do is that I take a little ball from the sprigs, the little glitter ball, the red one, and I attach it to the middle of the bow. I put my bow right in the middle there. And I go ahead and attach that little red ball in the middle of my bow. And there it goes, guys. There's the Christmas stocking that everybody had asked me to do a tutorial for, or that you asked me to give you instructions. I figured I would just make another one. Hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. And I'll see you for my next one. Don't forget, you can always cover the back of that with anything, whether it's red felt or another piece of cardboard or whatever. Thank you.